Hello everybody, welcome back to another Tales from the Kiwi Farms. Today I'm covering somebody near and dear to my heart, and that is Boogie, which is Boogie2988 on YouTube, and that is Francis, is how I know Boogie. Stephen Jason Williams, fat, rapidly declining, divorced nice guy, middle-aged YouTuber, former edgy porn blogger. Holy shit, I didn't know that about Francis. So I know Francis from, his Francis videos. Boogie used to do this character named Francis, where he's just spurged out and he was a Lolcow. Boogie will not fight Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde would kill Boogie. Yeah, let's get into it. Stephen Jason Williams, Boogie2988. Stephen J. Williams, known by his online handle of Boogie2988, and known better as a hypersensitive fat faggot, was a popular YouTuber. Boogie is sporting, as of writing, 4.36 million subscribers, yet rarely breaks 100k views when giving his milquetoast opinions on things. What a good word. If he clickbaits and stirs up enough controversy, he can just about reach 600k views. Chances are you know or have heard from Boogie2988 in the past, and perhaps you have generally favorable disposition towards him. In fact, when this thread was first published by Fifth Column in 2014, the majority of the votes were autistic and dumb. In recent years, however, Boogie has been embroiled in a series of controversies that have earned him over 700 pages and have made him a persona non grata in certain corners of YouTube. This is due to his constant need to make everything about himself and his willingness to use anything and everything to make himself look better. And we lost some private information here. The history of Boogie's Lolcowdom is both long and intensely autistic, and as the criticism against him has only recently reached a level befitting of his spurgery, a great deal of his shenanigans are not archived properly. This pains my exceptional heart, as Boogie produces a unique brand of spurgery from his fat tits, which is seemingly an endless supply. Boogie has been embroiled in dramatics nearly every month, whether by attempting to impress the world with his hot takes, engaging in his futile attempt to own the haters over at r/Sam and Tolkien, or just plain fucking up. Boogie has consistently embarrassed himself for the past 4 years and managed to successfully take what was once a promising YouTube career and burn any and all bridges he had with both his audience and the community. Boogie's image. Boogie's public image is his strongest suit. That's sad. If you know anything about Boogie's fucking public image, yeah, that's sad. To the extent that even dear leader PBUH was slow to adopt Boogie as a Lolcow until a very recent saga. To that end, it's important to highlight that Boogie isn't a falling from grace story like iDubbbz, who went from king to cuck. Boogie is much more akin to the other two vaguely notable fatties, Darkside Phil and Wings of Redemption. Darkside Phil's not that fat, is he? Really? That's rude to compare him to Boogie and Wings. All three of these man-children made their money through YouTube doing things no one else was doing. Darkside Phil was one of the first people to do Let's Plays, and Wings of Redemption was one of the first people to make COD commentaries. In his first interview for H3H3, Boogie talks about the 7 years he spent inside his room and what he did for money. Oh, God.
And there's so many skilled coders in India. They were more skilled than me. They were willing to work for a fraction of the price. Yeah. So I couldn't compete. So I worked on search engine optimization. And I realized that all these little stupid pages that I created, I could figure out which ones are getting to the top of Google searches, then sell that information. And they would only update the algorithm every 3 months. So I'd crack it 2 weeks in to push it out to my clients, and they'd all pitch back $1,000 for the information.
This was pre-YouTube?
This is right. This is, what was
this? Was
10
the
years pre-YouTube.
Black Hat CEO.
That is 97, 98,
oh, yeah.
right?
Wow.
But then they started like rotating algorithms, and so you never knew what was going to be active that day. So I could sell you the key to one algorithm, but it didn't mean anything. You get a fraction
What
of
does
the
that
views
mean,
from
sell
it.
the key do an algorithm?
So basically, it would weight different things at different times. So today we're looking at this parameter or that parameter. Today we're looking for these particular keywords at higher, or we're parsing this particular part of the language differently, or we're looking for words in headers, or we're looking for words in bold, or we're looking for bolds in tables.
Okay.
Now we're looking at tables. And so you could figure out what specifically Google was higher ranking at that period of time.
But how did you make money? Like
you just find somebody who wanted that information who's currently
that
designing.
Oh, you were just giving information.
So
you
that's
weren't like
the middleman,
selling
right?
links on
Like-
your site.
right,
So
so I'm
you
like-
know, like something's going to be trending tomorrow, right?
Right.
So you buy that.
Or more specifically, the way
information.
that you would format the web page is specifically what I would be selling. And so I would figure out very quickly that all of the pages that I had tables built in, that one was performing well, while the pages that had frames built in,
So
that was not performing. And so I
Interesting.
could push out to those people.
So back
right,
then, it was even more like web page optimization.
Exactly, right. And so it translates a little bit to YouTube.
Oh yeah,
but
same
not,
people, same
yeah.
algorithm.
That's fucking nuts. So Boogie is not stupid. That is to be known. He's not the stupidest lolcow. He has a brain up in there. Because that's some big brain shit. Look at that. He's just fucking bag-ending the algorithm before the algorithm was even known about. The long and the short of it being that Boogie used SEO before most YouTubers today could even spell the word. The result was that Boogie's videos were everywhere back in the day, to the extent that the low-tier god felt compelled to make this objectively funny video about him. As time marched on and SEO became a commonplace skill in the YouTube landscape, Boogie stagnated as a YouTuber, much akin to how DSP and Wings failed to keep up with the scenes they helped to build. In this sense, Boogie never fell from grace. He failed to launch. But then again, who could launch when they weigh that much anyhow? Wow, a fat joke just cause. Nice. In that time in the sun, however, Boogie made himself known as a nice guy who is compassionate, and he tries to see things from both sides. To this end, Boogie has called himself a centrist many times, with the added caveat that he's left-leaning in order to appease SJWs. But Boogie's adoption of centrism and his fervor towards it vary depending on the positions of the sun and the moon, and how many Big Macs he ate for breakfast today. The littered in fat jokes after each paragraph's real good. June 4th, 2018. Boogie298888. 298888. Boogie2988 is a centrist. Nah. I am not a centrist, but I play one on the internet. The only thing truly centrist about me is how I choose to engage. Boogie, the person I try to be, is a critical thinking centrist. But being a centrist who picks a party to vote for each election season is how democracy works, folks. I'm not actually a centrist, but I play one on the internet. That's exactly my point. I never claimed to be a fence-sitter. I never claimed to be a centrist. I am a centrist, and even I think this is a bad take. Nope, I don't think being centrist makes you better or stronger, nor am I a centrist. Wow, he is fucking wishy-washy on this centrist topic. Well, now that we haven't established whether or not Boogie is a centrist, it's time to move on. I'd like to say being stoned does some weird shit to you. As soon as I finished talking about the centrist shit, I paused the recording, and I went and put cookies in the oven. So, fucking, I don't know, man. It's pretty funny. Being stoned's cool. You know what? Speaking of being stoned, I haven't done a proper smoke break, like, in the video in a while. So how's everybody doing? I want you to grab your piece. I want you to pack it up. I want you to smoke with me. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Let's keep going. Such was Boogie's dedication to centrism that he once talked about being a person who brings people back to the center. But naturally, this sentiment was just a show for Ethan. Let's see what this means. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to preload all these videos. And we're good.
Right.
I give a shit about the logical, sane middle. And if I can bring somebody back from either side, and I get it. If I pull somebody from your team back towards center, that's bad. I understand that. But I'm bringing back people towards the logical thinking middle when I talk about the stuff. And I think that's where we all need to be.
Oh my god, I honestly wish that were true. Because he would be such a good dude if that was true. More people need to do that. I feel sometimes I'm okay at doing that. But, I mean, it's hard. Being a centrist is a hard thing. So to think this man could accomplish it is funny in hindsight. But he was. At one point, people thought he was like dad of YouTube. Like, oh, that's Francis. He's a fucking character. Funny guy. Good dude, though. Good dude. If you really meet him, he's a great dude. That's how people looked at him. Now he's a fucking clown, man. It's sad. Boogie's past and abuse. A facet of Boogie's image that warrants its own small section would be his backstory. And he does have such a tragic backstory, doesn't he? Whilst I personally don't doubt Boogie, some suffered abuse, as it definitely explains his propensity to lie and avoid criticism at all costs. But who raped Boogie? How many times was Boogie raped? And if he calls it rape at all, varied depending on what Boogie desires in the moment. This video shows this pretty well. So, he is a liar. And I know this from clips and shit I've heard about him.
Hey, Boogie.
So, let's watch.
Hey, Boogie, so there's a guy that's been posting 2 pictures on your Twitter, and one oh, yeah, I saw this. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, people are crazy. How do I respond? My mother never raped me. My mother did molest me. She never, forced me to have sex with her, but she did molest me. It's a simple thing. I don't know why people are like that. What the heck? I don't understand. And I guess he just doesn't understand the difference between rape and molestation. But yeah, I got molested, but not raped by my parents. Do me a favor and clip this for me, okay? I deal with everything with comedy. My own mortality, my mother's death, my father raping me. I got molested, but not raped by my parents. I'm going to shit talk my ex-wife a little bit here, and I'm sorry to do it.
Damn.
I'm sorry to do it.
That was funny.
It did
that was
hurt
funny.
When we separated. Of course it hurt when we separated. I'm a human. I knew it wasn't working. I knew I wasn't happy. I knew she wasn't happy. But of course it still hurt. Of course it still hurt. It sucked. It was the most painful experience I ever went through in my life. I would rather relive my entire childhood with all of the rapes and the molestations and the beatings than I would to have gone through that divorce. I really would have. I really would have. It sucked. It sucked. But that said, I still want nothing but the best for her.
I grew up in an abusive home. I suffered mental, physical, and even sexual abuse at the hands of my caretakers and family. The mental abuse was daily, the physical abuse every few days, and fortunately the sexual abuse was only once.
With all of the rapes and the molestations.
Through years of practice and therapy I learned to forgive my parents for my rape and my physical and mental abuse.
I got molested but not raped by my parents.
I was raped as a kid. It made me who I am. Is rape good? No. Do I like who I am? Yes. Some good came out of my rape. Do you understand?
I got molested but not raped by my parents.
Hot take. One of the things that seems to upset people the most is forgiveness. I forgave my abusers. My rapist. The people who mock me online.
I got molested but not raped by my parents.
I most commonly overeat when I'm thinking about the horrible shit that happened to me in the past. The day I was first raped.
Is someone who celebrates being a piece of shit redeemable? I don't think they are. A rapist could be redeemable. My parents raped me, and I believe they were redeemable.
Well, there it is. I had an argument right up until that point.
By my parents.
And fortunately the sexual abuse was only once.
With all of the rapes and the molestations, my father raping me. I got molested but not raped by my parents.
I learned to forgive my parents for my rape.
Well, my parents raped me.
The sexual abuse was only once.
With all of the rapes and the molestations, I got molested but not raped by my parents. My father raping me.
Yeah, this is a fuck. This is a clusterfuck.
One for me and one
The mission's blown, Boogie.
Yeah,
Give it up.
I don't know, man. People are crazy. How do I respond? My mother never raped me. My mother did molest me. She never, like, forced me to have sex with her, but she did molest me. It's a simple thing. I don't know why people are like that. What the heck? I don't understand. And I guess he just doesn't understand the difference between rape and molestation. But yeah, I got molested, but not raped by my parents.
Wow, they put it together well there. They put it together really fucking well there. Kudos to whoever spliced that video together. Boogie would also claim to have never have been diagnosed with BPD, but had previously claimed he overcame BPD. Sorry to all those who hate when I do that. So he stoned. Borderline personality disorder is a pretty severe one. You're pretty much just gonna push away anyone who makes an effort to get close to you with whatever means is necessary. And I remember him saying, I mean, I know he fucking grifts for pity the way Holly Dance grifts for money. I remember he was on the official podcast and he said he like was consciously trying to kill himself with food, and then he got so fat that he was actually gonna die, and he was like, oh fuck, I don't want to die. So like even to yourself, like you're gonna be self-destructive. Oh, thank God, I was so scared. Munchausen happened was when I was a kid. Can't have that as an adult on his own. But big polar, never been diagnosed. I just tend to have bad mood swings due to PTSD. Never claimed to be diagnosed with it either. The disassociation is part of PTSD. Look it up. That BPD was misused in the thread. BPD, if you say BPD, most people with psychology are going to think borderline. You just call that bipolar. So he's not bipolar, according to Boogie. Here's a journal entry I thought you might find inspiring or at least worth reading. It was very cathartic to put it all down, so I hope you find it, and I hope you find it the same. Tonight I had a breakthrough. Here's a little history on myself, for those who don't know me. I'm a 532-pound man. I'm 5'9", so as you know, that's a pretty heavy weight for someone my height. I'm 37 years old, and according to all the great healthcare professionals that have been in and out of my life over the years, that's pretty ripe old age for someone my size with my health history. I also suffer from an obsessive eating disorder that manifests itself at about the age of 5, due to living in an extremely abusive home with an abusive family. I was 350 pounds when I graduated high school. I put on another 100 by the age of 20. I was over 500 at the age of 25. My largest size ever was when I was 33. I weighed 587 pounds. I have never broken 600. Fortunately, I am quite glad. For those wondering, I am the proud owner of a very expensive packing scale I got from Amazon.com. That's sad. I have spent the entirety of my life trying to put my brain back together with much success. I have overcome severe depression with a bipolar personality disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder so far. For those wondering, these were clinical diagnoses, not self-diagnosed. So those are contradictory, these two here. Munchausen, bipolar, never diagnosed. When I was a kid, since my mom was bipolar, my first therapist jumped onto that diagnosis. Never was. So lying is being called out. Boogie maligns all communities critical of him as being defamers, accusing him of being a pedophile child rapist. He does this so his fans will think those claims are so outlandish that those communities are not worth paying attention to at all. Yeah, you know, it took me over 3 decades of being on the internet to change my opinion on this, but I am no longer Camp Be Nice to Everyone, and now I'm in Camp Be Nice to only those who deserve it, and legit be as horrible as possible to terrible people. When I first got online, I did goofy stuff like trolling in games, etc., but I grew out of it. That's why I said be nice to everyone, because they might grow out of it. Turns out they don't. They just turn holy shit, why can't I read this? Is it worded weird? Usually when things are worded weird and I'm stoned, it fucks me up. Turns out they don't. They just turn old hole wasting their time on Kiwi Farms. Shame these people daily. Yeah, they did word that weird. The claim that Boogie is a pedophile stems from the clip of 2018. He, in effect, says that he was sexually abused and did not have children, so he would not risk sexually abusing his own kids. He has tried to backtrack or recharacterize this claim, however, but it has led to many people to take him at face value and assume he is a pedophile and a danger to children. Ah, God, Boogie. How did you say it? Oop, load time. And we're good.
Flawed, broken. I am a fatally flawed, broken person. You know, I'm not that different from my mom. I'm not that different from my dad. I've never molested anybody. You know, I didn't beat my kids. I chose not to have kids so I wouldn't do those things. But does that mean I'm any better than my mother? Does it mean I'm any better than my father? Probably not. There's definitely negative things in my pile. And if that makes me not something you want to be around, don't be around me. Simple as that. The point is that you're portraying a false image. By saying what exactly that I'm saying right now, how am I portraying a false image? I'm literally telling you who I am. How would this be portraying a false image? I'm literally telling you who and what I am.
I want to like Boogie so badly. I really do. I feel bad for him, and he's always been cool in things I've seen, and he was good on the official podcast, and I liked Francis. It's hard to see someone you used to enjoy fall so far. He has tried to reframe this statement in particular. I've never molested anybody. I didn't beat my kids. I chose not to have kids, so I wouldn't be doing those things. What he would like his fans to believe is that those things specifically means beating his kids, not molesting them. You should make up your own mind if you believe that Boogie accidentally admitting to wanting to molest children or if it was simply a poor choice of words. I think it's a poor choice of words. I mean, he's not a predator. I'm defending Boogie. Fuck you guys. I don't care. Boogie's weight loss. He's a fatty, but he doesn't deserve this. Like so many YouTubers, Boogie has garnered a lot of views for promising a weight loss journey. However, it's been 9 years since... Oh my God, this is good. It's been 9 years since Boogie first mentioned weight loss on his channel. And as of writing, he sits at 345. It's not that bad. Rambling about weight loss, September 30th, 2010. Just me talking about the past 30 days. I'm really fucking defending him here. 345 is terrible. If you weigh 345 pounds, you need to fucking lose some weight. You're gonna die because of this and get health complications. I don't care if you don't care if you're fat. You're not healthy, and you'll be happier if you just do it. Boogie's recent weigh-in. Gross toes within. Ooh, you guys ready? Oh, those nasty little nubbins. Oh, we got more of them coming up, too. 345.2. So that was the 14th. I'm curious. Again, apologize. I'm having like some indigestion. Oh, man. I'm so curious. 2022. He is not 198 pounds. Whoever wrote this is a fucking liar. That's not true. Right? I don't know. I haven't seen him in 20. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Wait, what is that, Boogie? Hey, he's not looking too bad if that's Boogie. He's still fat, but I mean, he's not as fat. You may think this is somewhat of an improvement from a guy who once weighed 540 pounds. However, Boogie's weight loss can largely be attributed to his gastric bypass surgery. In fact, the only weight Boogie seems to have ever lost through his own work would be some of the weight in the time approaching the surgery. For reference, Boogie was 490 at the start of the surgery. All right, so we got a little Boogie story. Let that load up a bit. We'll take another rip as we watch this.
He did not weigh 580 on surgery day. No, I did not. I only weighed 540 on, or no, so 540 prior to the surgery, and on surgery day I only weighed 597. So from surgery day I only lost 150 pounds, Crook and Nanny, actually. See, there's somebody who really knows what he's talking about. I was 497 on surgery day, and now I'm 346. I lost 150 pounds since surgery, but my biggest ever was 587 pounds. But yeah, Crook and Nanny's got the numbers down. I appreciate you, Crook and Nanny. I appreciate you putting people straight, yeah. But since surgery, I only lost 150 pounds. But if you think about it, that means I lost 100 pounds without surgery. So Crook and Nanny is giving me props for losing 100 pounds the natural way. And I appreciate that, Crook and Nanny, because you came across as a bit of a hater, but Crook and Nanny's in here's like, I know he's like, he didn't lose 150 pounds, 250 pounds in surgery. He lost 150 pounds in surgery. That meant he lost 100 pounds on his own through willpower and kindness to qualify for the surgery. And you're right. You're right, Crook and Nanny. I really appreciate that. So... Oh, don't be mean to my fans, though, Crook. Crook was like, your fucking nut jobs fans don't even know you as well as I do. Well, don't be mean, man. Not everybody can keep track of everything, you know. Not everybody can keep track of everything, Crook and Nanny. Are you one? Everything, Crook and Nanny. Are you one of those people from Reddit, by the way? Because if you are, go put them straight over there. Go put them straight over there. Make a thread. Boogie actually lost 100 pounds of weight on his own. Go make that thread. Where did they get my surgery? It was the world famous Dr. Nowzardian? No.
Damn.
They did at one point contact me to be on My 600 Pound Life, but I didn't think it would be something I would want to do. It was on a show, a British show called Super Size versus Super Skinny, and that was a fun show. And we'll watch that tonight if you guys want to see that. I'm a fan too. Fuck those salmon Tolkien dopes. Yeah, I don't necessarily mean them on Reddit. That's one of the craziest things. Like, every time I mention Reddit, the Salmon Tolkien guys think I'm talking exclusively about them. So much of Reddit dislikes me. So much of Reddit. There's the Enlightened Centrism, and there's Gamer Ghazi, and there's all these SJW subs, like the Destiny subreddit. There's all these crazy SJW subs that are mad that I'm centrist. And so, Salmon Tolkien likes to take all of that, like, credit. The problem is they're just not that important. They want to be important, but they I mean, as in comparison to like Enlightened Centrism, they're nothing. You know?
All right. Yeah, I mean, he got surgery to lose weight. He was a fatty, and he had to. Again, excuse me. They're coming out today, though. I apologize. In the Boogie's video, 1 year after the surgery, he was at 360 pounds. 1 month later, he was 350 pounds. 9 months after that, he plateaued. So 350 is like his sitting point. This means I can click that. Daily exercise was the key. On my feet all day, no more sitting. The pounds are melting away. Still right around 350. Hey man, how much weight have you lost? You're looking pretty svelte these days. Seems to be my plateau until I really get serious about it again. It's 350. It's a year later. This means in the past year and a half, he's lost just 5 pounds. Boogie has continued to pretend as though he is making earnest attempts to lose weight to his fans. One such method Boogie employs would be editing. How much Boogie acted like he ate? How much Boogie really ate? Wow. Boogs. Wow. In his video, Boogie muses to what he should get, and is sure to mention how he needs a salad. However, in McJugger Nuggets video, we see Boogie with a steak and potato. But when it's time to step on the scale and you can't edit your fatness out of reality, Boogie instead pretends not to be such a fat fuck by taking one of his gross feet off the scale. Wow! Boogo? Oh my goodness. Wow, this is some shit. So it should be in the shot, is what we're getting from this. No matter what, that foot should be in the shot. That's some good detective work, Kiwis. Good work. Boogie, stop fucking lying and just lose some weight. King of all Boogie autists, Haberdasher, has much of a longer thread on this topic, going as far as to dox Boogie's scale and shoe size. Jesus, but I'll keep the autism on a leash and just leave it to that. Ultimately, Boogie's weight gain post-surgery is self-evident. Come on, load. Why? Oh my god, fuck Tor. Yeah, as you can see, he's fatter now. Same horse shit these losers try to pull as usual, so he's saying it's fake. Boogie's weight gain caused by his addiction to soda. If you wondered exactly how he rotted his teeth, Boogie's weapon of choice would be Mountain Dew gamer fuel. And before his gastric bypass surgery, Boogie had a toast of one last Mountain Dew. He's definitely drank Mountain Dew since the surgery. My very last Mountain Dew ever. Gastric bypass update. There he is, drinking his wine glass of Mountain Dew. But just 6 months later, he'd be spotted with 3 Mountain Dews at his desk. He fucking sucks. Just, don't put it in the picture. At least make the lie convincing. But they're not for him. He had friends over, and they drank the dew. He made a whole fucking Reddit post about this. Hey, man, feel free to worry about it. You can worry about anything you want. Unfortunately, there's not much here to worry about. What's in the styrofoam cup? Sugar-free slushy from Sonic. I get down on the real fruit slush, though. I can normally only get about 1/4 of the way through a small. The soda can's left over by a guest from the night before. I'm having a friend over almost every single night of the week at this point, and it's good to have their favorites on hand. In the same stream, you'll also see beer, vodka, and all kinds of other shit I don't drink. It's for guests. I will admit, I have tried diet soda since the surgery. Moment of weakness and all that. It really hurts my stomach and makes me pretty ill. I have no interest in drinking it because of that. I feel like on some days I could really use the caffeine, but I'm also not supposed to have that either. If I was back on the stuff, I'd gladly admit it. But unfortunately, I'm not. Still knocking back water, 99 out of 100. That's not to say I haven't been weak, though. I have eaten out too many times in the last few months. I've tried food that I regret having tried. But I'm pretty much into a groove of lean meats cooked at home. If I go to a restaurant, I eat very little and make 3 to 4 meals out of it. I order the right things from the menu when I do as well. Either way, still losing weight. Goal to end the year was 420. Hey, nice. I'm clocking in at 403 today. Was hoping to hit 400 by New Year's Day, but won't count on it. Wish me luck, though. Not gonna hit that drinking 3 fucking Mountain Dews. Blaming someone else and hiding behind the unfalsifiability of his claims is a classic Boogie tactic. And here he uses his roommate Chad as a scapegoat. Is Chad a Chad, or is he fat like Boogie? Boogie, I know you didn't buy all that junk food just for the video. Nope, I got a roommate who eats like shit. Is Chad this, puppet? Yo, that's definitely him. He's definitely fatter now. But how do we know he's back on the soda again? Well, he admitted it. I thought you couldn't drink soda anymore. I've been hooked back on diet soda for about a year. Damn. Damn, Boogie. You're fucking up. But even if he didn't admit it, he went and he got free stuff from Mountain Dew. Pretty nice, right? Well, not according to Boogie. Alright, we got a short clip. Don't make me fucking reload the page.
Okay. Well, we unlocked it. And it's... What? All of this for one? For what? Okay, for 3 drink 2? Ugh.
Yo, that's sick.
Mountain Dew, thanks for the gift, but... You're stingy. We got 2? There's 2? Come on.
Yo, who's that gut in the background? I want more context. Here's another clip of Boogie asking for free Mountain Dew, putting up a fake protest of, "Oh no, I can't," then relying on the guaranteed social pressure from the promoter to drink it. He's addicted to the dew. He can't stop.
Oh my.
That's loud.
Oh my God, they're tasting my fake today. God help me. It's literally victory in a can. Victory in a can.
Maybe they
have one of these. I'm jonesing, dude. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in a while, dude.
Which one?
Which is the good one?
I like tropical.
Oh God, give me the tropical.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh God!
Oh! Take it back. I can't. Take it back.
Do it.
Okay, fine.
Do it.
Wow. Oh, he did it. Damn. He caved. Well, that guy really forced it down his throat there, so you can't blame Boogie. Not his fault. He was around his kryptonite, and then his hand was pushed. Since his weight loss surgery and divorce, Boogie has, for the first time in his life, been capable of leaving the house and had time to do so. Consequently, these cross-country expeditions serve as a great opportunity for Boogie to purchase bad food on the grounds of needing something to eat, then insisting to us that he doesn't want the rest. It's not worth the calories. Takes another massive bite. That's a relatable. He made this to be relatable for sure, right? Here we go. Come on. Any day now.
And I have to say, having gotten this every single time I come up north, it's drunk people food. I mean, it tastes okay. It's got a really decent price, and it's just really, really convenient. I don't recommend it, but it is a bit of a South Jersey delicacy to me. So every time I'm here, I'll probably get one. That guy always regret it though. Not worth the calories. But it does fill you up. I looked up in a little travel roadside.
Wow. Like, again, he didn't have to film that. He could have just not put that out there and got no hate for it. Then he probably got all worked up when people made fun of him for it. Oh my God. Boogie, no. I'm glad the YouTubes take 800 years to load. Boogie throws away a pizza's next. Is it YouTube?
Stop off here.
No, it's not. Nice. Oh, shit.
Epicenter.
Oh, come on. Alright, well, we'll hope that one gets some buffering. We'll see if this one can load.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Right, haven't had a slice of pizza in a while. Not as good as I remember. I hate to waste pizza, but guys, if it doesn't taste good, I'm definitely not putting it in my body unless it's healthy.
That's not true. And he definitely took that out of the trash and ate it. I don't believe he just threw it out.
Of consumerism. This is capitalism gone wild. Let's stop off here in Times Square and go ahead and get a snack. She's working on a hot dog for me right now. $8.95 for a hot dog is pretty expensive, but I got the Times Square since I'm in Times Square. Why not? Here's what I got. I figured I could splurge a little bit since I skipped breakfast and it's already about 2 p.m. I got the Times Square hot dog. That is a hot dog covered in it. Buttload of mustard.
Yo, that looks
grilled onions,
good.
grilled peppers, and some bacon on top. Not a bad little treat. I figured people like to watch people eat, so we'll do that. But I figure with this epic backdrop here behind me,
That is a pretty good backdrop.
I'm gonna get mustard everywhere. But I think it's so worth it.
He's like coming for this hot dog.
It's good.
Oh yeah, that's good. Boogie is a food addict. A bite of a slice of pizza like that is like an alcoholic claiming he's going out for just the 1 pint. Reality is, that shit just doesn't happen. He definitely took it out of the garbage. Boogie's manipulative behavior. Boogie is an extremely manipulative person and employs a variety of tactics to elicit sympathy from people. It's for this reason Boogie has only recently come under a great deal of scrutiny. The aforementioned image always served as something of a shield. One tactic Boogie employs is arguing that he simply isn't capable of what he's accused of, such as here, where he says he simply isn't capable of seething. It's fair. Damn, did you see they made a Mega Thread 2.0? I just looked at it, and it's even more damning than the first. It's over. Nope, but I'm glad. Glad to see them remove the circumstantial and untrue stuff, if that's what they did. They should focus on the real stuff if they want to end me. None of it is circumstantial. It's all things you have done and said, with context. You're honestly an evil human being. I'm glad you never procreated, because if you did, you were afraid you'd molest your own kid. Those are words that came straight out of your mouth. That's a perfect example of a non-truth that people see through. I absolutely have no desire to harm children, and anyone with common sense sees what I meant in that statement. It's stuff like that that works in my favor. Should focus on the truth instead. Seething. Not at all, man. I don't know why you keep using that word. I'm not capable of feeling that. Is it a meme or something? What? Oh, Boomer Boogie. Fucking Jesus. Or here, where Boogie says he would never insult anybody. And then proceeds to insult somebody? Nice.
Not to get myself into too much.
Oh, come on.
Myself into too much trouble, because last time I told a story about this, I said that stupid shit about the Holocaust, which not to get myself into too much trouble. He tried not to get myself into too much trouble, because last time I told a story about this, I said that stupid shit about the Holocaust, which genuinely I
don't know why it's not moving. I was trying to fix it there, but I mean, it's just his fat face there. We don't need it moving.
I had a guy try to rob me once. He tried to break into my apartment. And you know what I did? I drove him home. He was drunk. He was trying to break into my apartment. He said he wanted to use the phone. I let him use the phone. He called his wife. He explained to his wife that he was drunk and that he needed a ride.
Oh, goddamn. I just want the Kiwi Farms to work again. I don't want to do this.
This is the kind of person I am. I would never call somebody names. I would never attack somebody. These are things I won't do for my worst enemy. My father molested me, and I still love him. My mother beat me daily, and I still loved her. So I don't understand. That kind of vitriol. It feels like hatred to me. So I don't know the difference. I have a tremendous amount of difficulty telling the difference. I wouldn't scream at.
So he clearly says he would never, ever insult you.
If that sounds fucking crazy to you,
anything's fair criticism to me. I got called Hitler yesterday. That's
not fair criticism. I've been called Hitler too.
I've been called a Nazi. That's a fair criticism. Every criticism is fair.
No, not every.
I'd call you a neck-bearded cuck. That would be a fair criticism. I don't give a shit. Any criticism.
Do you see what you're doing? You're kind of hiding behind the "I don't call names"
I'm
by
not.
saying
I would call you. I'm trying to tell you what I believe, and I would believe that calling me fucking Nazi and calling you a neckbeard, that's all fair criticism. All criticism.
Who did you hear call me a neckbeard, or did you just come up with that by yourself?
I don't know. You have a neckbeard, so I was just going by that.
Do you see what I'm talking about, though?
Wow, how rude.
Has no one ever called you a neckbeard? It's a very common insult on the internet.
So is Melvin in England, Boogie!
I'm not in England, Jake! I'm from Arkansas! I've never been outside of the country!
Do you think he knows Letitia? He should find her. They're perfect for each other. That would be a reunion, or not a reunion, a union literally designed in heaven.
Where the fuck was I going to learn that?
Google!
But that's the point, who cares?
That was good. That's a good clip.
Obvious truth that I would never verbally or emotionally or physically assault anybody. If you're stupid enough to think that of me...
I'm stupid. I just realized that this little guy in
the Holocaust, which genuinely I was wrong, and that she needed a ride.
Was like active, and then this is just a screen. Anyway, we're moving back on.
Obvious truth that
I'm
I would
stoned.
never
Don't blame
verbally
me.
or emotionally or physically assault anybody. If you're stupid enough to think that of me, then I can't help how stupid you are. Like you can't.
Wow.
You can't. You can't. You can't teach physics to a dog. And if you're someone stupid enough to think I would ever verbally assault somebody, I can't teach you physics, you know. Like, you're just going to have to believe what you believe, you know.
5 minutes later.
What I'm saying is there are people out there, little assholes, little douchebags, little dickheads, little cunts, little shit faces, little fucking whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Never insults
and
anybody.
Fucking little pricks, little fucking ball sacks, little scrotal-faced pieces of shit, whatever you want to apply to them.
You're a scrotal-faced piece of shit, Boogie. Fuck you. Or here, where Boogie argues that if he ever did those things, he would kill himself, effectively using his hypothetical suicide as evidence. Wow. It's a bold choice. Okay, rant time. You may not know this, but a huge part of the internet hates me now. They think I am homophobic, or a Nazi, a wife-beater, an abuser, child molester, or even worse. Obviously, none of this is true. If it were, I would kill myself. I wouldn't live that way. Ironically, all of this negativity makes me horribly suicidal. I struggle with it daily. I hate it. The idea that so many people think I am even capable of these things make me wish I wasn't alive. Those things are truly the opposite of who I am and what I am. So yeah, he really does. He just used it as like a defense. Well, I'd be dead if those were true, so obviously they're not. Boogie often alludes to suicide when manipulating people, and his dedication to using such a sensitive topic to his own ends has earned its own section below. But Boogie's intention is clear. By saying that if the criticism were true, he'd kill himself, if you believe it and if you believe it and make him live in a world where it may as well be true, then he may as well kill himself. Boogie more than happily places the responsibility of his life into the hands of his fans, as shown here.
Hey guys, Boogie2988 coming at you live again through the power of the internet. And this is one of my rambling videos.
We're not going to watch all this. We're just going to watch what we need. Oh my god, just load, please. I can't get this one to load. I'll keep it buffering here. If we hear some noise, we'll know it's going. Pay attention to the wording and the kind of phrasing being used. Phrases like knowing better than that and Kool-Aid are, I wish we saw it so I'd know the context to that, are designed to admonish those who are entertaining ideas critical of him, while simultaneously leveraging his own life to scare you into not voicing those criticisms. However, if denial and alluding to suicide doesn't work, Boogie will become very passive-aggressive and begin to use non-apologies. Instead of apologizing, Boogie will say sorry for something you did, such as here. Please work. I don't want to reload the page again. Yay! I get that this is your opinion of me, but it's not factual, and I am sorry you feel this way, my friend. My suggestion is to stop watching my content and live a good life. Or here. A welfare check in which you tell the officer, I have a weapon and plan to harm myself with it, and possibly them is not a welfare check, and I'm sorry you are not able to see the difference. I'm sorry you don't see this for the truth that it is, but I genuinely want you guys to be successful in what you're trying to do, and this is the best way to do it. I'm sorry you can't see that. Water break. Boogie will ultimately only ever apologize if he has someone he can blame. For instance, he said that he read a book and realized good things came out of the Holocaust. He claimed that his teacher taught him it. The teacher taught me that even though 99.9% of the Holocaust was pure tragedy, that some of the medical advancements had been made from the Japanese medical experiment. That was pure tragedy that some medical advancements had been made from the Japanese medical experiments. Twitter has since taught me he was wrong and I was based off fallacy. Either way, it wasn't worth it. So he's apologizing because his teacher steered him wrong, a mentor in his life. Or when asked about the inconsistencies in his child abuse, he said his therapist helped him redefine what happened to him, and that he was using the definition from the article about rape previously. One last thing before I turn off my devices and walk away from the internet for the rest of the night. Whether I refer to it as rape or molestation or make up a brand new word to express the pain of what I endured, if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. My pain, my life. I am now choosing to call it molestation over rape, but I might go back to calling it rape one day if me and my therapist decide that's appropriate. If you don't like that, please go fuck yourself. Thank you. Or when he was challenged on the inconsistent details surrounding his car crash, that a state trooper gave him those details. I literally failed to stop my vehicle and collided with another vehicle. Had a been distracted driving, that's what she said would have written instead. I get that you don't trust me, but you don't trust the state trooper? Or when he lied about being swatted, he was told to lie by FBI and PR persons. This was, of course, horribly manipulative and something I would normally never do. I have a friend in PR, and she recommended giving the misinformation, and I figured I have nothing else to lose at this point, so why not have fun with it? But wow, did they take the bait. Regardless, Boogie will never accept full responsibility for his mistakes, and will always offset as much blame as he possibly can for his failings and present it as an earnest apology. These apologies are always hollow and never sincere. Boogie genuinely believes that he has not done anything wrong. Consequently, Boogie's reasoning for his actions changes over time. For example, on stream, Boogie was asked why people dislike him, leading him to go on a huge tangent about how his detractors are worse than Nazis and rapists because at least they believe in something. I'm starting to dislike Boogie through this video. Oh, why? I don't want to keep doing this. Oh, man, we got it.
I'm going to stay online. I'm going to stay alive as long as I can. I'm going to waste as much of your time as you can. I'm going to say as much shit and do as much shit as I can to keep your attention so you don't do it to somebody else. I'm here for you to torture me and only me. I'm going to make a living letting you torture me. I'm going to be the next Dark Side Phil. I'm going to be the next Wings of Redemption. I'm going to spend every day online to keep you fucking busy so you don't do it to somebody else. So bring it. But I want you to know, I think you are the lowest of the low. I think you are the worst of the worst. I think that there are fucking rapists and Nazis out there who, even though they are rapists and fucking Nazis, they are more redeemable than you because at least they're doing something they fucking believe in. They may be pieces of garbage. They may be pieces of shit. They may harm other people, but at least they believe what they fucking stand for. You stand for nothing. You stand for nothing. Even a disgusting piece of shit rapist is better than you. Even a piece of shit racist garbage Nazi is better than you. You are the worst.
Wow. That seems like a little bit extreme, don't you think, Boogie? If you hate on Boogie, you're worse than a Nazi. He would then double down and de-escalate simultaneously. Oh my God. Simultaneously by reaffirming what he said, but specify he was talking about the man who killed Christina Grimmie. What? I don't know who Christina Grimmie is.
We're going to try
So
to
that doesn't
clarify
help
this
me
one
at
more
all.
time. Tonight on stream, I said something very controversial, and I'm going to stand by it here. But I want to make sure you understand, I'm not talking about internet critics. I'm not talking about trolls. I'm not talking about assholes on Twitter. I'm not talking about anybody who hurts your feelings. I'm talking about the guy who killed Christina Grimmie. I'm talking about the guy who tried to kill Gavin and Meg. I'm talking about harassers and stalkers and swatters and people who show up at your front door and try to end your fucking life. These people are the scum of the fucking earth. I think they're just as bad as fucking Nazis. I think they're just as bad as fucking rapists. I think they're just as bad as any other person. These are the people that revel in destruction. They revel in harming people. They are dangerous fucking psychopaths. And they make people like me fear for our lives every single day, and fuck these people. And again, you don't have to like that opinion, but I stand by it.
Not at all what he said in the fucking first video. It's just zero connection. This makes no sense. Yeah, I was agreeing with that. This makes no sense, as he was clearly responding to a comment about his detractors, nor did he mention Christina Grimmie. But Boogie will happily weaponize this woman's death to try to escape the situation and saying, are just as bad as Nazis and rapists in an attempt to deflect and de-escalate. He would then change his reasoning to say, I would rather be raped again than endure what those people put me through, now weaponizing sexual assault to evade criticism. I should clarify and say that as a rape survivor, I would rather be raped again than to deal with these people, and that is my personal assessment. You don't have to agree. But then, months later, Boogie would say that all of this was mere hyperbole, in clear contradiction to the reaffirmations he gave on Twitter both during and after the controversy. Never before, both during and after. If I haven't been clear enough about this topic, let me say, the shit I said 2 weeks ago was disgusting. It's why I took this break. Clearly I was not in my right to even consider what I said as being worth saying. It was horrible, disgusting, quantifiably wrong. Those comments were born out of a These comments were born out of a horribly paranoid and nightmarish headspace. I was mentally fucking ill. Still am, if I am being honest. But it does not excuse what I said, and I will do my best to make up for it moving forward. It was the last straw, no more mistakes. Yeah, Boogie not making any more mistakes, guys. LOL, you thought we would be reasonable when you said internet trolls were worse than Nazis and rapists? Yes, I thought you guys would understand it was obviously a hyperbole. I overestimated your ability to process the English language. It was supposed to be obvious that nothing is worse than a rapist, thus the hyperbole. This is just another example of how Boogie manipulates the people around him by reinventing history. If he says or does something he will regret, he will invent some excuse or some person to blame in order to evade the criticism when someone gives it in the future. Boogie and suicide. Boogie has an extensive history with suicide baiting people and will often justify the things he says by arguing that it's the truth, as though one can't tell the truth in a dishonest way. For instance, when Boogie said gay people ought to wait 20 years and play the system to get gay marriage, the backlash would result in Boogie suicide baiting someone on Twitter in DMs. This person took Boogie seriously and sent a welfare check to his home. And with that, Boogie fired up a stream and began to milk it for pity. In this stream, Boogie would describe how this individual called the welfare check selfishly, and described sending a welfare check to his home as sending a loaded gun to his house. What? This stream is a doozy, and honestly, I would consider it required watching for anyone interested in Boogie as a Lolcow. Alright, fair enough. I think I will do this as something separate, like the Boogie Meltdown stream. So look forward to that. This is already going to be really long. I think that'll be cool though. I'm going to make a note of it. That'll be exciting. In this stream, Boogie would blame his suicide on those who criticized him by saying, "This is what happens when you serially harass someone." This comment is very much emblematic of Boogie's thoughts on suicide. Boogie fantasizes about his suicide proving everyone wrong about him. This would be exemplified 1 year later, where he would suicide bait a young woman by the handle of Eye of Soul, who wanted to talk about his behavior. So here are the Eye of Soul conversations. Whoa, that's long. This is a conversation that takes place on his birthday. After this, Boogie would claim that she identified herself as a fan and offered to help him. Eye of Soul denies identifying herself as a fan and says her DMs were open as a general statement to her followers, not to Boogie. Looking at the conversations, we see Boogie identified her as someone who wasn't a fan within sending her 4 messages. And maybe we could do this one as well as a fun Boogie dive. I like Boogie a lot, and I hate him a little more now, which is great. A spectrum of emotion is better. Makes better commentary, you know? Yeah, those would be cool. We'll have 2 separate Boogie spin-offs. Okay, so we have a minute clip here. Let's see what this one is. Oh my god. So that video is dead. Hey man, you said to DM you if I needed to talk, so I am. I know you post about me on Reddit, but I wanted to trust you, so I hope you won't share what I am going to say. Can I trust you? Of course you can trust me. Honesty without compromise. That is my mantra. Oh no, after seeing your Twitter feed, I guess you would just call it Minipuskib. I guess. I'm confused. I see people discussing the leaks from a DM session I had again. Someone tweeted me offering to help. They promised me they would not share our convo. I discussed my suicidal thoughts and patterns with them. They decided to share it. I feel violated by this. Hate me all you want. It's just a bunch of fucking Boogie whining. I'm not going to read all those, only because they're small. I normally would. During this, Boogie would say that if he killed himself and donated all the money to charity, then the haters on Reddit and Kiwi Farms would be forced to talk about how it was the last thing he did, effectively committing suicide to own the haters. This was something Boogie learned from watching Mommy, who would beat him but gave generously to charity. Consequently, Boogie likely learned that you can be as monstrous as you please as long as you do some good. Yeah, that's definitely from the parents. Why am I doing a recapture right now? Oh, these are the worst ones. I don't know what this is. I'm not a robot. Cool. Some of these are definitely just broken because of the farms. A similar set of events would play out at VidCon. Boogie had now for months been telling fellow YouTubers that he was suicidal. On Cold Ones, Keemstar describes how a group of YouTubers were around in a chat day and night to help Boogie out. Mumkey describes a person approaching him randomly and telling him they planned to kill themselves around that time, and it's very likely that this person was Boogie. It's a lot more recaptcha stuff. I don't know why. Oh, they're everywhere. Oh, what? Unusual traffic. I don't have unusual traffic. Oh, I hope this one fixes it. That sucks. That's nuts. I didn't know Mumkey Jones would make a crossover into this one. Oh, that sucks. It looks like we're not going to get any more videos. So we're just going to finish out. Again, until the farms is back up, I expect issues to happen. Whoever wrote this thread did a great job, so without the videos, we should still get a good gist. Boogie, high on the attention suicide baiting brings, would go to VidCon and tell everyone in earshot that he was suicidal, including fellow Lolcow and insufferable cunt, Cat Black. However, in a rare case of stopped clocks being right twice a day, Cat Black immediately publicizes what Boogie said, specifically that he talked about how Cat upset him and then how he wanted to kill himself. Oh, please. Nice. I can still read these. Oh, that's weird. It's just this portion, I guess. Okay. They're not too tiny. Yeah, I'm not going to watch this video, but what Boogie did to me was incredibly fucked up, reminded me of my abuse, and it really upset me. What bothered me about it was that as he was about to tell me he was going to kill himself because of me, I was excited to see him walking. I don't know what their like quote tweet there is though. I can't take risk. I spoke about this in a video. I don't know which way to read this, so I'm going to go left to right, then down, and, I spoke about this in a video when it happened. It really fucking upset me, and it's super delicate thing for me. I do not like being cornered by someone and being manipulated into feeling I'm responsible for them hurting themselves. I can take responsibility about things that I have done. I can be accountable for the things that I've done. I'm not going to take responsibility for him hurting himself. He has a pattern of doing this, and I'm doing it to me in person was incredibly fucking upsetting. And what's wildest about calling me a gold digger is that I regularly do incredibly unpopular things because I'd rather stick to what I'm passionate about and actually believe in. I'm broke. I wish I was a gold digger. Oh, and I can say also that Boogie walked up to me, told me he was going to kill himself. I had to be dragged away from the conversation, and then he proceeded to tell everyone at the convention that I was angry with him. It was pretty fucked up, honestly, especially as my first reaction to him was to celebrate his improving health. I'm not a negative person who seeks confrontation, even with people I disagree with, but he proceeded to suicide bait me and then proceed to spread rumors about me at the convention. And he did his typical feel sorry for me shit. I saw him exchange numbers with a girl after he was complaining about the state of his life. Typical shit, trying to get someone to feel bad for him so he can get something out of it. It's so methodical. He feeds off sympathy, and it was actually really sick to watch. He confronted me and then tried to frame me as this angry person who said something mean to him. When the most I said to him was, maybe you should log off sometime. Like, I can be a really blunt good boy. I can be a really blunt person and I can be mean. But that isn't my default, and I definitely wasn't mean to him. It does really annoy me how easily people buy into this idea that I'm a cruel person. I've been cruel, I occasionally still am, but I am generally not. I think he wanted a certain response from me. He wanted sympathy. He wanted me to feel bad for him and to apologize for agreeing with people who were rightfully criticizing his transphobia and racism. I wasn't going to give him that. I don't know why people want me to lie to them. I think he wanted a certain response from me. He wanted sympathy. He wanted me to feel bad for him and apologize for agreeing with people who were rightfully criticizing his... Oh, I already read that. I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. I hope he doesn't. I want him to actually get real help and stop throwing his trauma onto other people. It's abusive, it's unfair, and it's cruel. And it's a huge trigger for me as someone who's been in an abusive relationship where this was done. Boogie goes on to tweet, but I also talked about my suicidal thoughts and my plans with you because I thought you would keep it confident. I never thought of it as manipulative, and I'm sorry that you took it that way. I'm sorry that you. I did try to talk to you about your cruelty to people online and why you shouldn't do it, but they were unrelated matters. I don't think your cruelty online is beneficial to your case, and I was just trying to express that. Kat, you aren't special here. I was in desperate pain trying to find a way out. I literally told everyone within earshot and VidCon I was suicidal. You are the one person that is playing the victim card, making it about you. No offense, but please be better than that. Yeah, I'm the star of this show, bitch. That's what he's trying to tell you. This demonstrates how Boogie uses suicide to elicit pity from people, by locking them into a conversation they can't leave due to the severity of the topic, yet can't share due to his insistence that it remain confidential. This was a similar stunt he pulled with Eye of Soul, where he begs her not to tell anyone until he's killed himself, effectively putting her into a double bind. If she says nothing and Boogie kills himself, then she has to live knowing that she could have done something. If she does something, she breaks her promise to him. Consequently, Boogie has her on the hook for however long he wants to extract pity from her. When trying this tactic with Siren Cove and iDubbbz, the former simply just didn't get on the phone call he begged her to get on. And the latter told him to fuck off with that suicidal shit after Boogie threatened to kill himself if Ian made a content cop, according to Keemstar. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna stop fucking iDubbbz in his prime from doing something. Did iDubbbz ever make a content cop on Boogie? Answer, he did not. I didn't think so. I'm not gonna look at this. This is 17 minutes from Siren Cove. I mean, unless it plays like a specific clip. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get this one to load where I need it to load. Oh, I might have spoke too soon. We'll let that go, but this one I definitely can get to.
You keep tweeting me and you keep texting me, Keem, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. You keep spinning and this. First of all, this ain't about feelings. This is just man code shit. You're just being snaky. You're asking for help and then snaking behind the scenes. It's just man code shit. It's nothing about fucking feelings. No one's over here hurt and upset. No, I'm just like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna fucking show everyone who he really is. It's that. It's not feelings. And I don't even know why you're attempting to apologize, because your apologies mean nothing, okay? You're a sick, twisted, manipulated motherfucker that was willing to go and stop criticism on you by threatening to kill yourself. What kind of selfish, manipulating fuck are you? Oh, iDubbbz, if you make a content cop on me, I'm going to kill myself. Like, you literally said that to him. You said that to all of his friends. You said it to every YouTuber you fucking knew so you would spread the word out to try to stop criticism. That's how bad and twisted and manipulative you fucking are. Go fuck yourself. It's not about feelings. It's man code shit.
Yo, he's pissed. He's fucking angry about that one. Yeah, that's some shit interesting. I remember back when I made this video about Boogie, he messaged me telling me that the videos about him made him want to off himself, and then he blocked me. He also told me that he was done with the drama. Oh, it's fucking Turkey Tom. I love Turkey Tom. A year later, he's DMing people frantically lying to them. Gazing into the fence-sitting abyss. Nice. Centricism, or whatever the fuck he called it. Oh, what is this? Hi, Boogie. Oh, it's cute. But when not using his own suicide for attention, Boogie will happily settle for others too. One such example would be Chloe Sagal, who Boogie uses to justify his own suicide by blaming Chloe's death on the Kiwi Farms. But it's none of your business. Exactly, so I won't be deleting Twitter since it doesn't matter. I like being able to respond to their hatred and explain my side of things to my fans here, so I will do it till I'm gone. Even though it's killing you, it is my business because it hurts me and my fans and my employees and my actual career. Twitter isn't killing me, Kiwi Farms is. Kiwi Farms is literally a place where everyone comes to laugh and make fun of people. Why on earth would their opinion matter? Reddit is nothing compared to Kiwi Farms. Reddit is a good way to gauge how successful Kiwi Farms is. But Reddit isn't the problem, I understand. That's like valuing the critical skills of a Pornhub commentator. Ask Chloe why it matters. Do you really think dying... Wait, what did the Chloe response say first? So you're resigning yourself to the same fate as this Chloe person? Do you really think dying will stop people from talking? They are militarized and their astroturfing is impacting every aspect of my life. You think it'll shut anyone up? Remember Amanda Todd? No, I don't. No, but they will... Oh, he meant they won't shut anyone up. No, but they will have to talk about how I left all my money to charity when they do talk. If you really cared about your fans and viewers, you'd cling to every last shred of life you have left in you, even if you have nothing left to live for. Or when Etika went missing and people were seriously fearful of his death, Boogie used the opportunity to describe himself as a titan of strength and remind everyone that his constant bullying has made him strong enough to endure it. Etika didn't do this shit. Etika made public shit when he was in a mental breakdown and then went off the grid and did what he did. He is trying to broadcast every toe touch to the ground. Reddit and other negative feedback loops combined with my mental illness has made me suicidal as well. But I have been bullied my whole life, and it has in fact made me strong enough to endure it. Not sure I could be in Etika's shoes and survive it though. He has it rough. What does that even mean?
Now, okay, so anyway, Etika blew up, and the internet was not kind to him. He was dealing with what I'm dealing with on the Reddits and the 4chans and the tweeters and stuff. He was dealing with that in a very similar way.
How old was he?
I think he's in his 20s. Lives up in New York. So
I thought
his
people
mental
liked
health
Etika.
was also, like mine, not very good. And they got the result from Etika that they wanted from me. They wanted to drive him crazy. They wanted to drive him to suicide, right? Like, I've had so many people say, I don't think Reddit's ever said this, but I've seen other people say they try to drive me to kill myself, stuff like that, you know? And so Etika has had some real mental health issues. So last couple days, I think it was Friday, he uploaded a video to his YouTube channel, and it was a suicide note. And then yesterday, they found his ID, driver's license, his backpack, and his Nintendo Switch on, I think, the Brooklyn Bridge. And so it looks like he may have jumped. And as far as I know, they have not found his body. And also, Etika has pulled similar stunts, either because he's not mentally well.
Like similar to suicide stunts?
Right, like he's also been
tweets?
hospitalized for suicidal tweets and stuff.
Oh,
too.
legitimately hospitalized?
Yeah, he's been like arrested. They had to like beat down his door one day.
And that's
he was
all,
live streaming
and that's
like
all
suicidal
legitimate?
stuff. That, again, I don't know how much of it's legitimate. And it's hard to know when it comes to mental health, right? Like, for all we know, he really is mentally ill.
It's two things,
right?
mental health and the internet.
Right, exactly.
Like,
and those
that's
two
the-
things don't mix, dude. I can tell you firsthand.
Right.
If I was not a fucking titan of strength, I could not have mixed those two, right?
Titan
Like,
of
if I
strength.
wasn't born and bred and suffering, then I wouldn't be able
Oh
to suffer.
my god. What a fucking bitch. Ultimately, Boogie is an individual who, regardless of how genuine a suicidal ideation is, weaponizes and leverages suicide to extract ass pats from people. That moves us into the swatting saga. This I know a little bit about. Towards the end of 2019, Boogie spoke to two individuals who would post their conversation to r/Sam and Tolkien. And one, he said he would say that he was swatted twice in the month of December. And in another, that he was swatted 10 times in the past year, and placed the blame squarely at the doorsteps of r/Sam and Tolkien. Oogie boogie. That's good. Since I'm taking your advice, take mine. Get away from that hive mind. They are sad, scary, dangerous people. They have swatted me, attempted to destroy my livelihood. They bombard my fans and sponsors with hatred. They have done awful, terrible things. They lie to you, and they tell you they want the best, but then do the worst. If they wanted the best, they'd leave me alone. Trust me. But I've been swatted twice this month already. They letter bombed 2 sponsors already. No way. They contacted a friend of mine on Facebook and tried to convince her to stop being my friend because she was female and I am a rapist. I shit you not. Don't feed these people, please. Haber probably doesn't know he's helping people do all this, so I forgive him. You think that it's absolutely not true? Would you like to know 3 things that nobody knows about my personal life? Sure, Boogie, let's hear it. I dated 43 women for 6 months last year. We broke it off just before the summer started because it wasn't going anywhere. Oh. That makes more sense. I was going to make some crazy comments. I dated a 43, I'm assuming, year-old woman for 6 months last year. We broke it up just before the summer started because it just wasn't going anywhere. And I knew I was going through a bad spell and I didn't want to drag her through it. Wow, insane. What are the other things? Being two of my closest friends stopped hanging out the summer because of me expressing my suicidal thoughts to them. They were there for me up until the 24th, but when I chose to live, they felt that I was lying and I've not wanted to be my friend. Of course, I understand their point of view and we're working on reconciling. They were at my Christmas party. I've met with a plastic surgeon who is giving me estimates about my skin removal surgery and is willing to do it now without any more weight loss to help facilitate exercise. But I'm putting it off until I get under 300 so that I'll be more successful and they can remove more skin. I'm 50 pages into a book I'm writing. I don't think I'll ever release it or sell it, but it feels good to write again. I threw that 4th one in there just because I know I've talked a little bit about plastic surgery, but not to the extreme details, so why not a bonus one just to be safe? He really always feels like he has to prove something. That's very obvious in his mindset. Haberdasher A took an issue with being accused of a felony and did what Boogie hadn't thought of. looking through public police records to see the dispatches to Boogie's home. It was then revealed that Boogie had never been swatted at all, only ever receiving welfare checks, none of which were in December, and only received a total of 3 in 2019, a far cry from the 10 he had previously stated. So, I mean, those are just reports. There's not even close to how many he said. In response, Boogie was quick to accuse his local police of breaking Arkansas law by striking up a deal with him in July. Allegedly, the police and Boogie agreed to keep his name out of the police record, saying that he had a picture of the officer from the visit as proof. This was immediately called out as a lie, as Boogie was not at home to take the picture on the day of the welfare check. He was too busy suicide baiting Cat Black at VidCon. So here, Boogie claims during his July welfare check he took a picture of the police officer. However, police records show the welfare check took place on July 11th, the same week as VidCon. And then Boogie was thousands of miles away at VidCon on July 11th. There's like clear proof of it. So yeah. So he wasn't even there. How did Boogie take a picture of a police officer at his home in Arkansas if he was thousands of miles away in LA for VidCon? Caught in another lie, Boogie. It's a bad look. Furthermore, Boogie couldn't have a deal with the police starting from July, as he had a welfare check in November that was on his records. Since the July welfare check, they supposedly don't include it in the blotters. We established that it's just harassment and they don't want the people doing the harassment to get their reward, as my understanding from the cops I have spoken with. Part of discouraging it, I guess. It's my understanding the last welfare check they were going to make public was the July one. In order to uphold this lie, Boogie claimed the police not only made an illegal arrangement with him, but failed to uphold that arrangement, making them look both corrupt and incompetent. Can you explain why you think the police would lie about dispatch information regarding welfare checks and put it down to SWAT training? Makes no sense. Welfare checks are not swatting. Accusing the police of breaking the law, too? I don't know. I just know what the cop told me. Sorry, would have to ask him for more info. Next time he is called out here, I will grill him. Won't be long. Eventually, people got in contact with Fayetteville police, who were forced to say Boogie was full of shit. Nice. Thank you for your inquiry. No records were ever purged from our system, and there has never been, nor ever will be, an understanding with police or dispatch to omit calls from police records. Please provide name, address, date of birth, or of the individual and location you are inquiring, and we will be happy to provide any public information. Yeah, no, that's you're not allowed to do that. It's ridiculous. In light of this, Boogie decided to reveal his trap card. It was all a ruse to show crazy people, to show how crazy those people are. And in an outstanding leap of logic, Boogie argued that subreddit indirectly doxed him by posting the dates of the welfare checks to his residence. What? Doesn't make any sense. Except they did. They literally posted the dates the cops were at my house and then told people to go look for those dates on the website. They made it a one-step process to find my home address. It's a technicality, but so is everything they have on me. I got better than that. I have no video oh my god. I got better than that. I have video evidence you'll be seeing pretty soon. You weren't doxxed. I will after I shoot my shot, friend. If I'm ever going down, I'm going to take them with me. They don't get to bully anyone after me if I can help it. I mean, I guess it probably won't help, but I have to try. Won't be able to live without showing you how wrong you were. Do it. Right now, disappear forever with your savings and let people forget you. Literally everyone benefits. Damn. People have turned on Boogie. Officially. If it hasn't been official yet, I have turned on Boogie officially, I guess, is what I mean. This, however, contradicts his previous public request for that very same information, which he requested be sent to his Twitter sporting 600K followers. I genuinely don't know. A mistake on their part? Which one was it in November that's in the blotter then? Can you tell me the date? Please don't share my address, so I know which of the November visits it was and ask them about it. He would also post a Twitter thread where he would later delete saying, he leaked information to one person at r/SamandTolkey, but what sparked this whole thing was that he lied twice, separately, to 2 people about being swatted in December and then 10 times in the past year. That's way too fucking small. I can't read that, unfortunately. In an attempt to damage control, Boogie would make a video called Boogie2988 Exposed, where he would try and smear the subreddit by calling them the SJW keywords in the book. I'm sorry. All of the SJW keywords in the book. In the video, he would ignore the 2 days he spent lying about the police and instead cite a Medium article which doesn't support any of his points and mistakes Narcissa/Cosmo write for 2 different people. Cosmo and Narissa, showing how quickly he cobbled together this emergency damage control video. Cosmo and Narissa. Oh, do we want to give it a watch? How much more we got? Oh, not much.
I have a friend who...
I'm going to pause this, but we might come back to it to end this. Boogie Exposed by Boogie. Dun dun. He would also completely leave out all the time that he spent lying about an arrangement with the police and say that he fed the subreddit false information, and cited some examples, that he was swatted twice, that he was dating a 40-year-old, and that he was writing a book. This is another inconsistency, as Boogie is confusing the 2 conversations. The one with the supposed misinformation came from the conversation where he claimed to be swatted 10 times, not the one where he claimed to have been swatted twice in December. Around this time, Boogie faked being hacked and deleted the thread talking about the whole thing. He would later say that r/SamandTolkey hacked him and deleted it. Because it made them look bad. But that makes no sense, as r/SamandTolkey archived the thread. He would then use this hacking to justify not publishing any evidence for his claims, which he said he would do, and despite recovering his account, still hasn't to this day. Boogie would also blame an app called Mob Crush for the hack, who were also forced to come out and call Boogie a fucking liar. Stephen Williams. Got my account back for those who doubted the hack. Here's the receipts. It's my log in history for this account. Apparently, they used Mob Crush spoof to get in. I have removed it from my approved apps. I doubt anyone will care about the truth, but here it is. Now taking a break. I guess. I don't know what that proves. So Mob Crush immediately responds, hey everyone, wanted to clear up any confusion about your Mob Crush account in relation to how it uses Twitter. First, the IP address 52883.169 is from one of our AWS servers. So if you see that IP address in your authorized apps list, do not be alarmed. Second, these servers do periodic metric polls to calculate your follower and following count growth over time, which is displayed on your creator profile. Mob Crush takes your privacy and security very seriously. We do not ask for a level of access to your social media accounts greater than we require to work seamlessly. This would finally end with Boogie going on Popcorn Planet, where r/SamandTolkey was waiting for him. On stream, he would rock back and forth erratically, and the host would have to cut the stream halfway because Boogie began to break down live. Finally, the police calls and body cam footage would emerge, showing Boogie wasn't even in for 2/3 of his swattings. In 2019, meaning Boogie... Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck happened with... I just brain farted. Finally, the police call and body cam footage would emerge, showing Boogie wasn't even in for 2/3 of his swattings in 2019. That sounded better. Meaning Boogie's dumb roommate Chad had been swatted more times than Boogie. With that, the severely autistic saga came to a close. To this day, Boogie claims he was lying to trick the trolls. That's Chris Chan's defense, too. Remember Rollin' and Trollin'? Yeah. This section may be a comprehensive timeline of events, but there are a litany of screenshots and tweets and a whole Twitter meltdown on an alt account whilst he was pretending to be hacked that weren't suitable for this section. Nice, I'm glad. Boogie's miscellaneous lies. The only thing bigger than Boogie's gunt is his web of lies. Boogie will lie about anything, to the extent that it takes turbo autists like Haberdasher and yours truly to keep the web of lies untangled. Boogie will generally say that whatever he needs to in the moment to elicit the response he desires. Consequently, many of the controversies listed here have lots of little lies prepared in throughout them. One such controversy would be his whole car crash saga. During his travels, Boogie had shot multiple videos where he was using his phone whilst driving. What is this? Why is this on here? Oh, it's a supercut. Okay, we'll watch this.
Hey guys, you're watching Boogie Travels, and today I am traveling the back roads of southern Jersey, where if you want to, you can see really weird stuff like this. Look at this interesting cemetery, absolutely massive, right there in front of the church.
Yeah, that looks about right.
History there. But basically, I just went down to the Enterprise, I rented a car, and I'm driving these back roads. I know that eventually I'll end up near Philadelphia, and I'll probably end up staying there, flying back in a couple of days. But I figured just for now, I would turn on the camera and let you
boo. Boo.
guys join me as I drive.
Yeah, we'll give it a second. This is 8 uninterrupted minutes of him just driving, of clips of him being a hypocrite.
Drive around
basically.
And explore these backwoods, and let's just see what there is to see. One thing you're sure to see a lot of here is a lot of farms. I did not expect that for Jersey, but I guess it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're growing there. That kind of looks like wheat to me. But I'm not really sure. It's October, so definitely they've taken in the crops by now. I looked up in a little travel roadside guide. There's something right over here in Huntsville that I'm heading to.
Huntsville.
But I just wanted to show you the roads here and the cool stuff that you'll see as you pass by some of these smaller southern towns. Northern towns.
Yeah, what?
This is the kind of stuff you will see in these smaller northern towns. And I'll be honest with you, it's very different from what we see in the South. I don't know what it is. The architecture.
Is Arkansas the South?
Kind of thing,
do people agree to
for some
that?
reason, this place is just a little bit cooler, a little bit wilder, with a lot just cooler stuff going on. I'm so used to seeing the South that the North seems foreign to me. So I like it here.
What a fucking childish observation. Thank you so much, Boogie. This doesn't look like where I'm from.
At the side of the road and see if you can tell what the difference is between the North and the South. And I think the biggest thing is the trees. It's nice that these trees are just starting to turn color, so I'm really getting to see that over the next couple of days. But there's just different types of trees up here. I think I'm used to seeing a lot of pines in Arkansas, so that's a big part of it.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't call Arkansas South.
Foreign and different to me.
The South,
tell
at least. It's more southern. God damn it. Just work. Whatever. We don't need to watch him fucking drive for however many more minutes that would be. Whoa, why did it take me up here? Many people have challenged him on this, but alas, Boogie ended up crashing his car. He would insist that this was not due to him using his phone, but instead due to a driver up ahead having a stroke. Well, I guess. So here are photos from the front and inside of his car. Airbags deployed, cars totaled. Pretty fucked up. The front, that looks like the back. Oh no, I see. It's like the side. He was replying to somebody. Exactly. One of the cars had kids in it too. I'm so happy they were okay. They were laughing in their cars as I walked by it. State trooper told me at the hospital after they brought me in for tests that even the guy who had the stroke is okay. Thank God for small favors. Was told I will be sore as hell tomorrow though. I had just pulled out from a break for getting food and filling the tank though. Car is probably totaled since it got it on both ends, plus your airbags deployed. Thanks you guys for making me buckle up and get off my phone. A semi-truck driver in front of me had a stroke. It caused a big pileup that unfortunately I was a part of. Thankfully, everyone in the accident is okay, and I might not have been if I hadn't put on my belt. We can look up if there was a car crash whenever he's claiming this happened, but we're not going to do that. Considering that there were no mention of this crash on the news or the radio, people were immediately incredulous of Boogie's claims. The incredulity turned into sincere skepticism when Boogie uploaded a video changing the details of his story. Big fucking surprise. Now we're told the semi-truck driver was miles in front of him rather than just in front of him. But if that's the case, how did he not manage to see a mile-long pileup on the road? And if he did, did he manage to total his car into a ditch rather than just stop? Consensus was that Boogie was on his phone, swerved into a ditch, and then got a ticket for it. In order to dispel these rumors, Boogie posted his traffic ticket, but ultimately failed to clip out the part where he was given a ticket for distracted driving. And just like that, he's fucked again. Just fucked right in the ass. He can't tell a lie properly. He just doesn't. There hasn't been one that's gotten through the cracks. 558136. Call the Do Care Law. This is a common pattern with Boogie's lies. If he just threw his hands up and recognized wrongdoing at the outset, people would ultimately be very forgiving. However, Boogie will spin and spin and spin in order to try and get out of the troubles. This is most apparent with his sense of humor. Boogie's line on this topic has been all over the place, ranging from his channel being who he wants to be, Twitch being who he is, to the fact that he's always had this sense of humor. I like to think YouTube is the person that I try to be, whereas Twitch is much closer to who I really am. But any long-term examination of Boogie's pattern of behaviors shows his attitude is wildly inconsistent. Boogie claims pedophile jokes are too much, but then jokes about it. I thought you liked dark humor. Pedophilia is too dark for me. Sorry. I can't fucking read this. You are like, bitch, you are my actual daughter. Don't make this weird. Just eat your cereal. I don't get it. It's a thinker, I guess. Conclusion. Boogie is a bona fide lolcow, and what vestiges of his reputation making people think otherwise are quickly flickering out. Hey, it flickered. I got flickered out real fucking fast. I was in full support of Boogie at the start of this. His nearly monthly dramatics and constant reinvention of his long storied history make walking into the world of Boogie a daunting one. But hopefully with this thread and a potentially upcoming timeline posts, people can begin to understand why this once prevalent YouTuber has now earned his place among the most prevalent lolcows. Yep, he sits up there right with DSP and fucking, I almost said DSP and Darkside Phil, like a fucking moron, as DSP and Wings of Redemption. Yeah, oh my god, he did a Draw My Life. Did he do it as Francis? Oh no, as Boogie. Francis is just a character. So here are the comments from when the thread was originally put up. Francis is just a character. Boogie himself is a comedian and an actor. Just watch his Draw My Life. He's a character, this guy does. He's got over 1 million subs on YouTube. To with fifth column answered, well, he impersonates a lolcow very well. I was almost sure he was legit. And he seems upset. People were giving him the autistic fucking reaction and the stupid reaction. It's already been said, but Francis isn't how he really is. It's just a character. He seems like a cool guy normally. Yep, that's what I thought as well. He lives off of YouTube money, if I recall correctly. Also, he's married. Yeah, no, Boogie really looked like... Noel in 2016 came by. I nominated this guy to play Eric Cartman in the live-action South Park movie. That's hilarious. That's a good one. Noel Hopton, 2 years later. Boogie's a fucking sad social justice warrior who is fat, and I would not have sex with him. Thank you. Thank you, Noel. I'm glad you clarified. Not a lolcow. Too nice to be a lolcow. Yeah, here's where it really starts, but not really a lolcow. People start to look at the weight loss stuff. But yeah, he really just didn't get that. He didn't go that far until it was too late. he took it too far, and there's no going back. And we are going to take this over. Brought this up on my normal browser just so it'll be better. It won't buffer and shit, I
have
hope.
a friend who works for the FBI, and I asked him how to deal with the online...
But this is the Boogie2988 exposed, which is what we'll end the video with. But we'll see what gets exposed here.
Harassment.
What was this about?
That I get from...
Pause. Unpause. All right. Yeah, this is him going back at the Sam and Tolkien subreddit and him explaining everything. So let's hear it from the cow's mouth.
I have a friend who works for the FBI, and I asked him how to deal with the online harassment that I get from a certain subreddit, from Kiwi Farms, from places like that. And he told me the only way to fight that stuff back is to expose those people for what they really are. So that's what this video is. I'm going to show you some receipts that I think you should see. First off, if you watch my channel, you've probably been recommended one of these videos exposing me. And man, there's a lot of stuff in this that is very fair criticism. I've said and done some really stupid stuff in my 14 years on YouTube, my 10 years on Twitch. I mean, I've said and done some really indefensible stuff. But one of the major themes of all of these videos is that I'm a lying manipulator, that I've lied to my audience, that I've manipulated you guys, that the abuse I went through isn't true, or that the suicidal impulses that I talk about feeling, those aren't true. I don't actually have any mental disorders. And then I lie about all of this stuff to try to manipulate my audience, I guess to make money or something along that lines. And all of those rumors come from one place only, and that's a known hate subreddit. That hate subreddit is Sam and Tolkien. And if you've ever heard of a mega thread, this is...
Whoa, so this is a Kiwi Farms-esque setup, but it all was conducted on Reddit?
Thread, and this is where this place is hosted. This is the people who put that stuff together. So let's talk a little bit about those people. I want to show you how all of this started.
It's
Back
like
in
a sister to the
on my
farms.
subreddit, the owner of this particular subreddit posted this about me, saying that I wasn't serious about my weight loss, that I never have been, that I'm full of excuses, that I'm lying all the time, that I'm lying about my suicidal tendencies, and that those are gross exaggerations, and how I possibly couldn't have suicidal thoughts back when, because I had a beautiful wife, because I make 6 figures a year. I cropped out his name, I put this on Twitter, and I started a war. This guy has been coming at me for 5 years because I dared rebuke his bullshit. That's the guy who owns the subreddit that you're getting your information from. That's where that mega thread lives. And I'm going to show you some fairly choice stuff from that subreddit. But they are deleting stuff left and right now because they knew today was coming. They knew I was making this video. So they're trying to cover their tracks. But I will link to stuff like this medium here, which goes on to show that before I ever was part of their attention, they were sexist and ableist and homophobic, making fun of speedrunners because they were trans, because they were homosexual, because of the way they looked. I mean, yeah, this place basically went from a speedrun saga website to just an overall harassment website. They have openly mocked and attacked speedrunners for as long as they can for some of the most petty and horrible and stupid and disgusting reasons. Before I do this, I want to make sure it's very clear that I don't expect this to negate anything I've said or done wrong. But I want you to consider the source when it comes to some of this stuff, and I tell you that some of this stuff isn't true. These are known liars, known manipulators, known gaslighters. They've been doing it for years, and they've been doing it to me. So when you take a look at what actually...
Yo, is Boogie talking about himself right now?
I hope
Sounds
that
like
you
it.
learn to believe my word over mine, because I will absolutely own my actual mistakes, and we will talk about those in this video and further videos coming along. But for now, let me show you what bullies these people actually are. And what you can find there right now isn't even that bad compared to some of the other stuff they posted. They're cleaning house. I highly recommend you go look at an archive of that subreddit to see some of the more toxic stuff, because the stuff that's there now is stuff they decided it's okay to leave up. They also attack literally anybody that I work with. Here's Andy Senor, who wanted to have me on his podcast tonight. Here they are tearing him a brand new hole for daring having worked.
Wow.
When I get a sponsor for the channel, they letter bomb those sponsors until that sponsor is worried about whether or not they should work with me. Now, the good news is my sponsors pretty much always take my side, but that doesn't mean they don't actively try to destroy anybody that I work with, a sponsor that I work with. I mean, this is disgusting and abhorrent behavior. They keep creating accounts like this. When I block them, they just make more and more and more. And when they can't interact with me, they interact with people who work with me and fans and attack them and mock them and call them every name in the book just for the sake of trying to discredit me. And some of these people
that
will
shit's
spend an
crazy.
hour or two every day
I like
this.
laughing at these
and not
people.
just for
That's
like a week, not
why.
For a month,
like,
but
what
this
is your
subreddit has been
commitment
actively
to doing that to
going
somebody?
Through everything I've ever said and ever done on the internet for the last 3 years. They spend hundreds of man hours every day amongst them looking for any little mistake I've ever made, anything that I could say or do. And I don't think you can trust somebody who's that possessed, that's obsessed with something like that. I mean, I don't like Jake Paul, but I'm not tweeting at Jake Paul 100 times a day. I'm not investigating Jake Paul looking for every little twist and turn. Someone who does something like that is most likely not to be trusted. And this subreddit has been doing that for 3 years, spending hundreds
what makes you
of
someone to be
for
trusted?
3 years.
Boogie?
I mean, it speaks of real mental imbalance, and that's coming from somebody who should know. And when you take a look at this mega thread, I want you to really look at it, because it's so hypocritical and so full of BS that only a moron would fall for a lot of the stuff that's in this. And I'm not talking about the actual mistakes I've made, because anyone's going to see that stuff. But take this, for example, right here, where it says, contrary to what he claims, Boogie is not being accused of being a pedophile. But from there, all you have to do is scroll down the page to where they link to a clip and give it a false context saying Boogie doesn't want to have kids for fear of molesting them. That's what a pedophile does. A pedophile molests kids. You're accusing me of being a pedophile after saying that's not what you're doing, idiots. Back to the top of the page
like
where
an
it says,
active
contrary to what he
pedophile.
claims, Boogie is not being accused of being a wife beater. Scroll down the page and here's this section where supposedly I made my wife sign an NDA. And they give it again false context saying that NDAs are signed when there are things to hide, which explains why Dez has been awfully quiet on the relationship or any psychological, not physical, abusive behavior towards her. And yes, I get that you're saying not a wife beater, but you're still accusing me of being emotionally abusive or any other type of abuse. You're being hypocritical. You can't trust those types of hypocrites. And by the way, my ex-wife never signed an NDA, and here she is on her own Twitter account claiming that she never signed an NDA. She can say whatever she wants. Why is this not in the mega thread? Why did they not take that section down off the mega thread once they were proven to be wrong? Because they know you'll never find this stuff. They know that you'll believe the lie, and they'll give it even more false context. I've heard them saying stuff like, I paid my ex-wife, or bullied or threatened my ex-wife to tweet this out, and that they were going to leave it up because they know the truth. When it's not the truth. They are just lying to you. They're just
Things didn't have to be this way for Boogie. Isn't it sad? It is. It is. Like, look, he had a wife. He had a good character in Francis. It would have thrived on YouTube for years. But now we're just listening to him spurg out about... he's doing exactly what Chris Chan did. Like, he's just yelling at the trolls. He's... You dirty damn trolls. He's just a little more articulate. Fallen so far from grace. I gotta play a Francis clip at the end for some light moods.
fucking liars. But that's not even the point of this video. This video is because I did something very, very stupid. They've been calling me a liar and a manipulator for a really, really long time. And after talking to my friend at the FBI, after talking to a friend in PR, they made a suggestion, and that was to bait them and see what would happen. So I did. I had a private conversation with somebody I knew who posted on that message board, and I filled it full of tons of misinformation to see what they would grab a hold of. Now, I want to show you these receipts, but someone probably from that subreddit hacked into my Twitter today. I don't have access to it. As soon as I do, I'll link this video. I'll link all of this stuff. And
convenient.
Show you guys. But take my word for it, I told them all kinds of outlandish stuff. I told them that I was writing a book, which is not an
trust me,
entire
bro.
lie, but I told them that I was swatted twice in December. I told them that that I dated a girl that was 43 years old for the last couple of years because I wanted to see what they would do with this information, and I just wanted to keep them busy. I wanted to bait them based on what my PR person said. They said, give them something to talk about. So I did. What they latched onto, though,
Do you guys think he has a
totally
PR
surprised with
person?
What they latched on, because they incriminated themselves so beautifully that I can't. If you have respect for these people after me showing you this, then I don't want you to have respect for me because I no longer respect you. Right here in one of the most upvoted posts on this entire subreddit, they show where they both doxed me, where they searched police records involving my address and my home information, and they have literally gone completely batshit insane. First up, to do this, they had to look up my private information, including my address, and that is doxing me. Then they deep dove all of these police dispatch logs. He literally says he spent the last 4 days going over these records. This is not a healthy behavior. This is not what a healthy person does. They searched through 4,587 records to look for my address, to try to catch me in a lie that, by the way, was from a private conversation that got leaked. That's how obsessed these people are. That's how dangerously mentally insane these people are. It's absolutely crazy. Now, he has since edited that post, but originally, in his original post, he listed the 3 dates that he did find that I did have visits from the police. And any idiot could then go to those police records, which are publicly available, and backwards engineer my address. That's why I'm saying I got doxxed, because any moron
close
from that
to a
point
dox.
could look at the date that he originally posted, look at the only welfare check of that day, and then 30 seconds later show up at my front door with a gun. That is a violation of Reddit policy. Reddit needs to deal with that, not me. I ain't dealing with that. But I hope Reddit does, because you can't do that. You can't post people's private information online. And they know that. They go right up to the edge as often as they can, but they try to stay under the rules with their harassment. This time they crossed the line, though. That's just pure fact.
These aren't just flaming hot Cheetos either. These are flaming hot sweet Carolina Reaper. There's nothing fucking sweet about them. Holy shit. As for what Boogie's saying with the heat attacking my mouth, that's not a dox. I mean, I guess it technically is a dox, because he's right. I could do that. I could find his house. I could find his address right now, or at least the address he was at when that happened, based on that information. Oh my god, I'm dying. But I mean, I guess I'm just a little desensitized to people's being doxxed because it happens so much on the Kiwi Farms. But yeah, I mean, it's not like they're like hacking you. It's public information, to be fair.
In fact, I checked Google Cache, and here that is, right here. This is what they did. They called the cops to get my personal private information and put it on the internet. And I know that now that I'm posting these days here, you guys can figure out what my address is, but thanks to them, it's already out there. So not much I can do about it now. So go ahead, show up at the front door if you need to. But by posting this, he violates Reddit policy, and more importantly, he violates me. This is not something that's okay to do. In order to bait them like this, I had to lie. I mean, they've been calling me a liar and a manipulator this whole time, and I decided that I would just embrace it. That's what I would do in order to see if I can give them enough rope to hang themselves. They played right into it. I probably should have done this years ago when this harassment first started, but at least I did it now. I feel like absolute dirt for having lied to you guys. It breaks my heart. I don't like doing that kind of thing. It sucks. It sucks. It makes me feel like garbage to have sunk to this level. But at this point, my career is over. At this point, my YouTube channel is over. Public perception about me is completely gone. So I had nothing else to lose at this point. If I lose you, one of the last things I have to lose over it, I'm genuinely sorry. I genuinely am. And they're telling me that I broke the law by lying about this stuff, so I might even go to jail. But if it was a way to try to save my career, I hope you can understand why I did it. If it was a chance to save my relationship with you, I hope you understand why I did it.
I don't think it was that real, man.
Out of character for me.
It was just
fucks me up.
What a guy. What a manipulator.
Here we are. That's the world I live in now. And
wow.
You told me to grow a spine, so there's my spine. And then the craziest thing about it is that when you go to the subreddit right now, they'll tell you there's no way I was smarter than them. It's no way that I'm better than them. He lies all the time. That was just him lying, and now he's lying again to cover the lies. You can only cry wolf so much, guys. I mean, you got me this time. I absolutely lied about the swatting this time to try to bait you guys. But you say everything. You're going to even call this video a lie. That's how full of shit you are. And I think it's time that people stop believing your gaslighting, lying horse shit. That's what abusers do, by the way. That's how they manipulated you guys into all of this, by the way. When an abuser wants to gaslight you, what they do is they claim you're the gaslighter. When an abuser wants to abuse you, they claim that you are the abuser. And that's what these people have done. They wanted to attack me. They wanted to discredit me. They were doing it long before I got divorced, long before I said or did any of the stupid things I said and done over the last couple of years.
It's crazy how he describes himself
and manipulate you
without even realizing it.
Liar. And who do you think is more likely to lie here? Me, the person who experienced all of these things and I'm telling you about them, or the people who don't know me at all? My history in Southwest Virginia, my abuse is well documented. I have friends and family members who come forward to talk about it. My ex-wife, my brother, even my sister has admitted to some of it online, and she doesn't want to be involved at all. I have the receipts, I have the facts, I have the truth, and all they have is a bunch of clips that they took out of context, and they were attacking me long before I even gave them one of those clips to use. When you take a look at this mega thread, if you haven't already, please use a critical mind. There's so much stuff on this that shouldn't even be open to criticism. Who I date, how I live my life, my weight loss, any of this stuff, none of this.
Anything you put online is open to criticism from anyone. I was always raised with that. If it goes online, expect to be hated on. That's how it works.
Should be something that they discuss. They literally searched internet archives back to 2004 to the websites I published back in 2004 looking for things that they could take out of context and attack me with. Here they are talking about where I forgave my sister for molesting me and how I must be lying about my sister. Every single thing that they possibly can take and run with, they do. So much of this is such obvious bullshit that if you believe everything on this list, literally everything, then you must be one of the most gullible people in the world. And look, if there's one thing on here you don't believe, then I hope you have a critical mind for the rest of it. Because yes, I have made my mistakes. Absolutely. But most of what's on here ain't that. And if in your mind it comes down to my word versus them, then I want you to take a look at my 14-year history of work here on YouTube, where I've run charity streams, helped out small creators, when I would raid a small creator on Twitch every night, helping them get partnered, where I've given away money to fans, where I've done giveaways here on this YouTube channel, and all of the other good that I have done here. And compare that to any good that they've done, the lack of good that they've done, and the horrible amount of damage they've done, not to me, but to other people like Narissa, like Cosmo, all of the other people they have shit on over the years before I was even in their crosshairs. I think it's pretty easy to pick a side. And once again,
Boogie has just convinced me that he truly is a centrist. He believes as long as he balances out the good things, balances out all the bad things he does with good deeds, like once in a while, then he remains in the middle. It means he is still a neutral, no matter what. And it's very interesting on how that affects his behavior and his psyche.
And does this excuse any of the stupid jokes I've made that could be taken as racist, as could be taken as homophobic, or something that could be taken out of context because I joke about suicide, I joke about my own molestation? No, absolutely not. When I compared these people to rapists and Nazis, even though these people are scum, they're nothing like a rapist, nothing like a Nazi. That's not something I should have said. I've said and done some really stupid stuff. And if you dislike me because I've said those stupid things, and you think those stupid things outweigh the good that I've done or the content that I create, then that's fine. I don't want you watching my content. I want you to go on about your life and enjoy it. But if you're one of these people that have been gaslit into thinking I've been a liar, I've been a manipulator, that I've made you do something you didn't want, that I took advantage of you, that I ever wanted anything other than to entertain you and inspire you to be a better person than I am and to do better than me, if that's what you think, then I hope that maybe you'll reconsider where you got that information from and take a critical look at both that information and both of what I provided here today, and as well as the rest of my channel. And maybe you'll come back. You probably won't. I mean, this is a video of a desperate man who realizes he's got really nothing else to lose. So I finally decided to sink to their level. I hate myself for it. But, you know, when you get put in a corner, you do what you got to do to get out. Now I'm going to go think long and hard about posting this, because in order to post this, I have to publicly admit I may have done a felony. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon. What a day. Also, if you know anybody at Twitter, reach out to them. I'd like to get my account back. Thanks.
Oh, you do. You really, really want to like... You want to like him. At least I do. And he really hasn't. He's just a liar. He hasn't done like anything that really has hurt anyone. And it's all self-destructive personal behavior. Maybe he's a bit of a dick like to his personal friends and family, but he's just gotten the shit end of the trolls. Like rough end of them. He's got the Chris Chan trolls. He's got the DSP trolls, the Wings trolls. Fucking psychos. They, like he said, it's every little detail they comb through and rip apart. And to finish this off,
well, it is finally over.
Like everything he posts now are just about this stupid shit that, you know, we don't care about. That we just do not care about. Whoa. That's a big bug. It really is. It's sad to see. He really was. He was one of the greats. So here are the Francis Rage sketches and rants. And I'm going to pick an old one from the archives. I mean, this one's from 2012. This is what I remember Boogie2988.
No computer cache.
Are you guys still here?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were leaving.
No.
You know I'm raiding. I'm not going to be able to talk to you guys.
Yeah, you still have pizza in the fridge.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
What's with the camera?
Social experiment, man. Don't worry about it.
Where's my Mountain Dew?
What are you talking about, man?
No, where's my Mountain Dew? I keep it in the microwave.
I know you have...
Do you see my glass is... I'm raiding in here, and I don't have any Mountain Dew.
Like, I saw some Mountain Lightning earlier.
Where did you hide the Mountain Dew? Where did you hide it? We're getting ready to go!
It's like, there's some Faygo in the fridge, man.
Oh, this shit is
I don't want any
classic.
fucking Faygo! You share the Faygo! Do you look like I'm thirsty for Faygo? Are you thirsty for Faygo?
Yeah.
You thirsty? Mmm!
He goes for it, dude.
It's delicious! I don't want Faygo! I want a Mountain Dew! I want my goddamn Mountain Dew. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find my goddamn Mountain Dew. Yeah, did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Let me smell your breath. Let me smell your breath. Oh, you Mountain Dew drinking bitch. Drinking out of a Mountain Dew.
It's Mountain Lightning, Francis.
I can't afford Mountain Dew! Okay? The economy's rough right now! Obama! You son of a bitch! I'm gonna find my Mountain Dew.
Legendary. Legendary.
Who drank my motherfucking Mountain Dew? You sons of bitches! Oh, you sons of bitches. You sons of bitches. I will hunt you to the edge of the earth. I want my goddamn Mountain Dew.
Legendary.
It's actually pretty good.
Absolutely legendary.
You motherfucker.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just such a fall from grace for such a poor fall from grace. What a sad one. I'm sad now. I hope everybody enjoys the video. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps a lot. And yeah, have a good one. See ya.